Thank you. What a great introduction and a real challenge. Make energy and data sexy for customers. So I'm feeling it. Okay, I guess. Cool. All right, so today I'm going to talk to you about our Empowering You trial, and it's really great because it's an opportunity to talk about a case study. So real experience of understanding more and learning more about data and what that was like from a customer's experience, and I feel very privileged that I get to stand here and share the voice of a customer. And then I'll also talk about what it means for us as a business, how we are going to innovate and how that, we hope, drives more valued outcomes for customers. So who is TasNetworks? 42 degrees south down in Tasmania. We're an integrated transmission and distribution network business in Tasmania, and we are in a perfect location with the diversity of our state for trialling new technologies and exploring ways to do things better. Collecting data to learn from and share insights offers us and everyone around us that we can all learn from a vast array of benefits to improve our business and create value for our customers. The potential we see is still so untapped. So today I'm going to talk to you about a unique trial that we are running that's demonstrating ways to make data more meaningful and valued and what innovation looks like. And when I talk about innovation, what I mean is challenging the status quo, being curious, creating new ideas. And that can really be quite simple. Sorry. Okay. The number one thing we hear from our customers is on the theme of affordability. Customers expect more from us, more information and more choice. Our problem is that we had very limited data in Tasmania, and that's in so many forms. Household demand, customer characteristics, data to test pricing. So we saw an opportunity to partner with the Tasmanian community to build each other's understanding. The trial is in an area that if it continued to expand, we would need to invest in network assets. So it was a great opportunity for us to explore network capacity and demand response. We rolled out advanced meters, which is new in Tasmania. Not now with Power of Choice, of course, but this is before Power of Choice came in. And encouraged customers to take up smartphone apps and internet portals to understand household use. And what's really important here is that we knew, and what we heard from our customers, is that don't leave anyone behind. So no one was excluded because they didn't have access to the internet. No one was excluded for not having accessibility, not understanding things. We did our best to help our customers understand what they were working with us on, what it meant for them, and how they could access data and information from us in very different ways. So in the first year, we rolled out the advanced meters, encouraged that uptake, and we just kind of sat back because we thought it was really important to understand what the customer experience is like now. And then a year later, in our second year, we increased our communications, and a big part of that was issuing monthly bills. So it was a network charge comparison. It's like a bill, but not a bill. And part of that was also driving a little incentive mechanism within it. So do people find interest and engagement, a willingness to change if they understand more about pricing, if they see an opportunity to shift and get a reward. And that might be just a small money reward. I'll get it by the end. I'm trying. Oh, the big one. Okay, I'm pointing the pointer. That's the problem. Okay, so the challenge we found was not so much about data. It really wasn't. It was a cycle of negativity that exists in our energy market, and we all know it, and we experience it, and we understand it. The reality and unfortunate situation is it's still there. And it's present because there's a lack of clarity about our industry. There's a mix of information about pricing, what it means, what it's doing, what it's not doing, and it's not enough. It's creating cynicism, confusion, fear, and ultimately a lack of willingness to engage. If people aren't engaged with us, they don't hear us, they also feel unheard themselves. And that's really important for us to know. In our second year, what we did is we worked really hard to approach the communications in a really different way because of that initial research. And we worked hard to improve the way we were doing things. Because we realised that we can present the shiniest object, but if it's not seen and it's not trusted, and we've heard a lot about trust, how do we all share in that vision? So I'm going to share 4 key learnings, and really the slide's just going to the big point at the end. But quickly, 4 key learnings: that we aren't all the same. We've been talking today about how data means customers can explore their unique information, and that's great, and that's a great future. We aren't there yet. We have customers who wanted to hear about a household just like them to understand what options and choices might be available. So it's a way of talking about things without going into the unique issues of privacy, without getting into identification of specific issues and experiences for householders. It's less confronting in a lot of ways too. We're utilising a lot of that quantitative data. There's a lot of quantitative data in that to improve the way we're advocating for change, and that's in vulnerable concessions, talking to government about solar feed-in tariffs, all those kinds of things. It's making a difference. The other thing we learned is the engagement spectrum. Most people sit in the middle of a spectrum of I care to I really don't care. Most people are in the middle. The opportunity that we have is that those, when they shift a little, they really do shift into care, and that's fabulous, and that's something we can really leverage. Simple messages and tips. Use graphics. We live busy lives and take in a lot of information. A fridge magnet was our star. And because of that, many customers felt they remembered the other tips we were sharing. Turn your dishwasher on after 9 p.m. It's off-peak or weekends. With that small reminder on the fridge, they remembered that. Knowledge sticks. So, what does it mean for us and change and innovation? And we looked at elements of our DNA, the way we worked, the way we engage. And we need to shift. And we've got a long path to travel, we know that, but we do need to shift. So we've learnt, and this is very responsive to what customers said to us. We see you as a bystander, you stand back, we want to see you stand up and help us understand more. So more proactive, be more proactive. And for us, that's about changing the way we are communicating, the way we engage, and especially our brand. So we're doing that work now. More engagement is going to lift awareness. Helping to lift understanding makes a real difference. Going back to that previous slide, one of the things we found most surprising is that if we work with communities, help people see what's in it for them, they learn that, then they're more willing to understand and trust you, and it shifts into goodwill, community goodwill. Champions of change within the communities, helping people around them to do things differently and better for their needs. So we are also looking at future problems, because together we're shaping and designing plans with customers, and that's what really matters. And that's the end. My time is up.